Hey everyone, it is Thursday, July 7th. The time is 5:50 p.m. and the temperature outside is around 25 degrees Celsius. And I'm here at Broadview Station. And it's been a while since I've recorded through here. And for this one, I'm going to head on up to Broadview Avenue and then make my way over to Danforth Avenue. And I'm going to be taking a walk around the Greektown neighborhood. So this here is Broadview. And there's a look to the north, and that's where the streetcars turn into the station. And fortunately, they have finally returned. This stretch of Broadview hasn't seen streetcars for quite a while. And there's one, a 504, that would have made its way along King Street. And then came north up Broadview. And this here is Danforth Avenue. And off to the west is downtown. So this is east along the north side of Danforth. And when I get to Jones Avenue, I'm going to turn around and walk back along the other side. I need to be in this area tonight anyways, so I thought it would be a good time to revisit it. There is the Black Swan. So I'm not yet in Greektown. That doesn't start until I get to Chester, I believe. There's the Danforth Music Hall on the other side of the street. And someone racing by on a one-wheel. I'm just wondering if I want to be on the other side of the street while I head east. Probably, maybe I'll cross over at Plater Boulevard coming up. This area is known as the Plater Estates. And the greater area is known as Riverdale. All right, let's cross over to the south side here. And the reason for that is if I'm walking west along the south side, I'll be pretty much looking directly into the sun. And at least on the north side, there'll be some shade. Custom detailed cuts. I need a haircut. I don't know if I need it to be custom or detailed though. This area is part of the Broadview Danforth BIA. I just noticed I have tilt lock enabled on my camera. Maybe I'll leave it on. There's not a lot of people out on the patios yet. I guess it's not quite dinner time. And in a month from now, would have been the return of Taste of the Danforth. And that's a large street festival that takes over starting at Broadview, where I started, and it runs all the way through the end of Greektown.
Yeah. Great, yeah.
Although the BIA that looks after the area announced that they are canceling it for this year.
And they tend to be obscured by
And they were citing the Cafe TO program that adds all the sidewalk patios you see,
Oh my god, you know that concert thing? Did I invite you?
along with the bike lanes as the reasons. They said it eats up too much valuable space onto the street and all their vendors won't be able to properly set up. There we go. Welcome to Greektown. Normally it runs, I think, the first week of August from Friday through Sunday. I think what the city should do is just hold a festival on the street on that weekend anyways, just to prove that it can be done. Here's a nice shaded area with lots of patios. Pantheon. And here's the place I've been to a number of times on the right. That's Louis Cypher. It's a pretty good craft brewery. There's where Papa's Grill used to be. That was a very popular restaurant in the area that went under during the pandemic. And speaking of popular restaurants, right behind me here is Massini. And they used to have a location right where I live at Yonge and Eglinton. And if you get the chance to go there, I'd highly recommend having their pork gyros pita. It's only about $7 and it's quite filling. And this is Logan Avenue coming up. And quite recently, the city has recently announced that over 225 buildings along Danforth between Broadview and I think Greenwood now have protected status, and they're up for a permanent heritage status designation. And I'm not really sure what purpose that serves. It's not like these are architecturally significant or historically significant buildings. And this area does run along a subway corridor.
Sunny. I've never ordered this prior, but it's so hot.
And just on the north and south side of Danforth are mostly single-family detached homes. So despite having a good proximity to downtown and being right in the subway line, this area hasn't really intensified all that much. Now they're taking steps to prevent further housing and developments along Danforth. This is Carlaw Avenue.
Is it like hash all those things?
There's the Holy Name Church.
You want those guns? Like the candy. Like so fancy stuff. Why do you want little guns? You still own guns. I never got to take them home.
I think the city said it would take something like 9 days to take down the bike lanes and put them back up if they were to be removed for the Taste of the Danforth. And since their installation a few years ago, they have been very successful and have provided a very positive influence on the area. There's been a drastic increase in the number of people cycling. And to the city's credit, for the most part, they are protected bike lanes. This is Pape, and just to the north of here is Pape Station. And where that Circle K convenience store is used to be a Nando's. Although one building that I guess they couldn't protect is the one that houses that Home Hardware. As when the Ontario line is built, there'll be a subway station going in there. And that'll connect to the Line 2 station. Oh. There's a neat laneway. Line 2 is located about half a block north of Danforth. And they built it using a cut and cover method, which saved them from having to dig up Bloor Street here, or rather tunnel under it. And that opened back in 1966, and before that there were streetcars running along the street. I've been through here a number of times, but I don't think I've ever seen it so busy where most of the patios were full. And we're almost at the end of Greektown. And that sign there on the left says, "Thanks for visiting." So that's my cue to cross over to the north side and turn around. There's a popular burger spot just east of here called Square Boy. This is Jones Avenue, and you can take that south down to Queen Street. And that'll spit you out in the Leslieville neighborhood. Now it's time to head back west into the sun, but hopefully it won't be so bad on the north side. I could turn right here and head over to the Only Cafe. All right, this isn't so bad. I find this side to be a little more interesting anyways. Maple Leaf Sports Bar and Grill. Looks a bit like a hole-in-the-wall kind of place. I'd like to say it'll be a lot busier in a few hours. I have a feeling that won't be the case. There's Papa John's, and there used to be a pretty popular pizza right here at Woody Crest and Danforth. I wonder what their reason for closing is. There's an idea. Let's ride our bike on the sidewalk right next to a bike lane.
Actually,
Here's a canvas. When this place opened up, I used to frequent it. You can see it's mostly single-family detached homes, which is kind of silly given the proximity to a subway station. Toronto suffers from what's called the missing middle. There's a lot of low-density housing, and along most of the major corridors, high-density housing, although this one seems to be an exception. Not much in the way of medium density. There's the Home Hardware on the right. That'll find themselves being vacated to make way for a subway stop. The Ontario line will be cutting through here north to south. I think the next stop south of here is at Carlaw and Gerrard. I'll start heading southwest from here and eventually make its way all the way over to Exhibition. Just north of here is Pate Village. And here's a good Samaritan. Making sure that she's able to safely cross. What are they doing? They're trying to park there. I just would have turned up the street rather than make a fool out of myself. And on the right is Il Fornello. And it's back to Carlaw. There's some human zombies.
Well, may be able to do something even during the day.
Well, look at it.
I'm working on the way. Okay. I just found it.
There's Atlantis. And they've got a much nicer patio on the side of the restaurant. The Friendly Greek. This is always a lively corner. It's a nice little parquet.
I don't understand why.
This place here on the right can be kind of hard to get a table sometimes. Mezzies? I don't know how to say it. I do know I've lined up and waited to eat there though. And I think they're actually moving just a few stores over into this vacant location right here in the corner where Papa's Grill used to be. I wonder if that'll come with a nice big sidewalk patio.
It's a stretch cotton.
How cool people are there?
There's Megas. Megas? M-E-G-A-S.
Oh, these.
And Astoria. I did not have a good meal last time I was there. And we have left Greektown, and it's back to the Plater Estates. That Fresh location has a nice patio. It's a vegetarian restaurant.
And I'm probably right. Like, I don't know.
And here is Plater Boulevard. That's where I crossed over. Now it's walking eastbound. It's definitely more of a sun glare to battle on this side. I'm just gonna head over to Broadview just to complete the circuit. This place is pretty good, Factory Girl. They've got a nice patio in the back. There's Z80, the arcade bar. $5 cover, unlimited play, 19 and over. It's good to see they pulled through the pandemic. On July 9th, there will be a Taylor Swift party. I don't know if that's going to be picked up as a content ID match or not. I guess we'll find out. Done a fair bit of walking today. There's the Edmund Burke. I just did a live stream up in North York. I went home and then I turned around and went right back out and recorded this. So just to the south of here, you'll find Riverdale Park. I'm actually going to go back up into the station and hop on an eastbound train for a few stops. There we go, we've gone full circuit. I hope you enjoyed this walk along Danforth Avenue through the Plater Estates and Greektown. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there's now a super thanks button appearing below these videos, should you wish to say thanks that way. All right, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.